Hi, everybody. It's Billie Dean here. And I thought that because we've got this very unsettling full moon in Taurus coming up this week, that I would do a reading with the, the Fae cards. Because they're going to cheer us up and give us some good direction and wisdom, because it is very, very unsettling energy, very unsettling. So, what I wanted to say today was that the general consensus is that we are in a higher timeline, and the way we have to behave, despite some horrible things that are happening right now, is as the best version of ourselves. So we have to be cheerful and bright, and we have to be the ones who are holding the energy. We're anchoring that higher timeline onto the planet right now, which means we can't sort of get involved in all the feelings of hate and anger and frustration and fear and all that sort of thing. We just have to be like rocks, or like big trees, big oak trees, or whatever trees, because all trees are amazing, and just stand there, hold our branches, put down our roots, and go, okay, this is how it is, but we are holding the higher timeline. So that's the important thing right now. Hold the highest timeline, be peace, embody peace, and just radiate it. That's our job. That is our job, to radiate that. It's very unsettled, very unsettling times. And this full moon in Taurus is unsettling. And I don't know about you, but I've just heard very bad news about the Brumbies, and it was very upsetting. So I went and talked to my Brumbies, and they were all unsettled too, because every animal is telepathic, and so they know what's going on. And they all connect to each other through their hearts. All of them. It doesn't matter where they are. All animals know so much more than we do, and we could take a few lessons. And we really need to drop down and listen with our heart. And that's the other message that I wanted to bring to you today. And that's about intuition. We really have to be just listening to those little whispers. The little whispers are so important today. So listen to those little whispers and really act on them. Don't just dismiss them. We are in a time when we have to listen to the voice of our higher self, which is our intuition. Our higher self is standing up there going, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to move, you got to do this. So act, do it, listen, because it's so important right now as we are navigating this end of the old paradigm and bringing in the new. The new is there, but we have to anchor it right now, be our highest and best. So remember, you're on your highest and best behavior. Be kind, be really kind, and be kind to yourself. I was so upset by the Brumbies, the whole Brumby situation, not the Brumbies themselves, of course, because their innocence. And it's this attack on the innocence that I really get upset about. What have they done except for being amazingly kind and supportive to human beings all their lives? And they've been used abominably, and we can't even give them the reward of freedom. So yeah, I was exceptionally upset. So I went to the horses that we have, and I asked Peace, one of them, for a message. And I said to him, well, what do you think of these energies? And he said, well, it is whatever you make of it. And I thought, it is whatever you make of it. That's really profound. It is whatever you make of it. So I thought, well, I've got to make of it as this is the end, And these beings have made incredible sacrifices for us, and all we can do is fill our hearts with gratitude and appreciation, because they're doing the job now of waking a lot of people up. And they're not the only animal in trouble. We've got a lot of animals in trouble, and that is very concerning to me too. So I'm trying to be in peace. The other being that came was sitting on the fence just outside my bedroom window, was a beautiful ibis, and this beautiful being has been around, comes around about every time this year, like at this time of year, like November. And the same being also told me when my horse Galahad went off for a couple of nights, just disappeared. He told me that Galahad had gone for an initiation. And this time I said, well, do you have a message? And he said, yes, think about what you are thinking. And I thought, again, very profound. Think about what you are thinking. And I think that's not just a message for me, it's a message for everybody. So again, we're getting two beings who are sort of saying, stand back and watch what you're thinking. It is what it is, and it is whatever you make of it. So if we can see from a higher perspective, then we can see that this is just the crumbling of the old, and the dark is trying to do its best to cling on and make us all angry so that they can feed off that. And we need to say, no, we're not going to fall for that trap. We are going to be love and kindness and peace, and we're going to embody that, and we're going to set the intention that this changes, and this changes now. So if we can all set the intention that animals are safe and protected forever, that they are respected, and good stewardship, benevolent stewardship is completely covering, blanketing the planet. Good stewardship and reverence for all species, all species. Wouldn't that be good? I can't wait for that. And we can't wait for that. We have to do it now. And that's, of course, what we do with our sanctuary, sanctuary for all species. It doesn't matter what they are. All right. I am going to do a reading now. What did I do before? I will be doing this. And I just want to mention that I did a video yesterday about praying rain. And lo and behold, right now it is raining. I'm actually really excited. It's raining. This is the first rain we've had for ages and ages, and it's kind of depressing when the dust starts to fly, and the animals are sort of going, hey, we've had winter and we'd like some green grass now. So to have the rain, I'm so grateful. I'm really, really excited, actually. It's great. All right, I'm going to do a reading. And this is the card that is calling this time. Rejuvenation. Interesting. Oh, and Charlene says she's getting the same messages from her own animals. Very good. Excellent. Pleased. Okay, so I pulled appreciation. And this is, these beautiful cards were painted by the wonderful Chrissy Leaf, and I wrote the book. No, I channeled it, really. So what number is this? It's 20. So, that's 23. And this is 20. It's interesting that we get rejuvenation, but maybe we just really do need that right now. All right. Belief, regeneration, breakthrough, Ooh. Let me just read it for you. This image shows what's possible in the higher dimensions. In the higher dimensions. Where we're going, the higher dimensions. A mature woman honors her physical temple, taking time in the peace and quiet. Through the power of her belief, she is a young woman again, with the waters of overflowing, ever flowing power and abundance all around her. The regeneration was easy for her because she delighted in rejuvenating practices. For her, nurturing herself in beautiful surroundings is key. There are many ways to rejuvenate, and it really is, it's regeneration as well. The human physical temple is built for regeneration in the DNA that's currently not in use. It's one of our junk DNA, so-called junk. We've been told, but we know now that so many things are the things that we've been told are just lies. But increasingly, those extra DNA are switching on as more and more humans break through the barrier of past programming and fully embrace new beliefs. If you've drawn this card, I have, it means you have had or are about to have a breakthrough. Oh, that's exciting. And I believe this, this is not for me, this is for everybody. So we're about to have a breakthrough. That is fantastic. The chains of limitations from past suppression and programming have dissolved in some aspect of your life. This is great. This is a wonderful achievement. Congratulations. What other programming can you let go of? What thoughts and beliefs are limiting you? Let them go. And I think we all really do need to do this right now. It's so important that we are kind of reborn. We have to shake off everything that we've been programmed to believe and completely rethink our life, our world, who we are. We're not who we were taught to be. This card might also mean you need to take time for some rejuvenation. Play in the ocean, lake, river, pool, or bath. Notice that's all water. Take the space you need to rest and recover. And if you need to shed an old, limited mindset that keeps you bound, then do it. Consider that the once thought of impossible is now possible. That's great. Set your intentions. I didn't write that. I just said it. Set your intentions. That's what's coming up right now. We really need to set intentions. When you shed the old and become light enough to dance in the ballroom of the higher dimensions, you'll be able to choose the age you want to be and appear. Start now. Please note there are no old-looking Fae. Sometimes they appear old as a disguise, but the good folk of fairy are eternally youthful, and humans can be too when accessing the higher dimensions. So that's very exciting. So take time to rejuvenate and let go all those limiting mindsets. And I think that that's essentially what this card is saying is see all the new possibilities. See all the new possibilities, immortality and all those other things that are, teleporting, telepathy, which is coming more and more and more online, which is great. All the extra psychic senses, telekinesis, everything. It's going to be very exciting. So that's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on, who we can become and how much more powerful we can become when we shed the old. And that's, by being excited, we raise our frequency and we're going to defeat the dark. And so we have to act, but we also have to keep our vibe up. Very important. So the Fae Elders say, we don't consider aging necessary in our culture. And we see that many humans are starting to embrace that belief as well. Self-care, right thoughts, and right actions are helping humans, but belief and taking time out to rejuvenate are key. When humans do this regularly to keep their inner fires alive, it keeps their inner fires alive. When the life force is sparkling with inner fire, life is filled with potential and possibility at any stage of your existence. We are here to remind you that you are truly an incredible species with huge resources to tap into. Dare to dream. Well, one of the things that I dare to dream is that, like I said earlier, um, people become more conscious of being kind to animals and nature. It's absolutely vital that we start to consider their habitat. And I'm just setting that intention, particularly now we've just had the 11/11 portal, and that's all still open, the big full moon. And let's just see this big full moon, which is all about endings, and so that we can have new beginnings. Um, that full moon is the end of this just abominable cruelty and lack of compassion that we have going on here at the end of the old paradigm. It makes you want to get rid of the old paradigm even more quickly, which is good. It's good. So let's all do that together. Let's set an intention that this old paradigm is done and dusted and gone, and that people everywhere start to value the environment, nature, habitat for other species, that every being is precious. All species deserve to feel safe in their own homes and to know that they have a life ahead of them. So I think that that's what I'm going to wind up with today. But I really want you to hopefully join me in this intention so that we can have a better world. And now is a very potent time. It's a very powerful time. There's all these energies and things. And I think that if we can think about what we're thinking and make of it what we want to, then, and we gather together as a collective, then we can make some changes. We can ripple out that peace that we can embody, that excitement that we feel about a future that is full of promise, and holding that vision of a life where we don't have to worry about animals anymore. We don't have to get upset because everybody is looking out for them. One of the things I always say is humans are here with hearts and hands to help. That's what we're here for, not to use and abuse. We're here to help with our hearts and our hands. This is Billie, and you can get these wonderful Fae Elder cards from my website, billiedean.com, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. And